Today we're going through no-gi De La Riva, and I'll be teaching this class as if you're first learning. So De La Riva is this outside hook, okay? I got my foot, he's got a leg forward, I put my foot on the outside, and I hook it around here so my toes hook the inside of the thigh, okay? To start out with, let's have our hips on the inside, okay, like this, when we get our hook. And we're just gonna hold on to the ankle with my other leg. So this is the hook, right? My other leg, for now, generally, I want it free, okay? I want this to make distance, keep him away, right? If I put it on the inside, he can sit down on the leg and squash it, okay? So I want to keep this leg free, like this, okay? All right, now our main aim from De La Riva is to, like one of the main things it's doing, you see this hook, it basically, I can use it to keep Gregor's knee pointing this way a little bit. So it's a little hard for him to face me properly, right? He's trying to face me and the pressure I put on his knee basically makes that hard, okay? So it's exposing the ability to move towards his back and try to take the back, okay? That's one of the main options from De La Riva, all right? So let's just the first thing we're gonna do is just make sure we get a good sticky De La Riva hook. So I've got my hook in, okay? I'm holding on to the ankle, my other foot's just next to the hip. Gregor's gonna push down on my shin, and I want that to stick reasonably tightly, okay? So I've gotta have upward pressure, like I'm trying to kick up, like over my head, that's the pressure I got with my leg. And I want my knee pointing more towards the roof, like this. That'll turn the knee in, but it also means when he pushes on my knee or my shin, it's a little harder to strip, okay? If your knee's outwards, it's gonna be very easy to push that up, okay? So your knee points up a little bit, right? And we're also gonna practice, if he does strip that, I don't want him to be able to pin my leg down to the ground here. When he pushes that, I push my knee in like this, and I'm just now like actively extending this way with my knee as I pull the ankle, okay? So you're gonna sort of mix between these. So he pushes my shin, I'll push with my knee. When I feel I got the angle again, I'll get the hook, keep my knee pointed up, right? He starts to strip that. We go like this, okay? If he squares back up, we're here, okay? We're constantly keeping like our knee close to their knee when we do it this way, as opposed to if I'm just trying to hook and he pushes, eventually that's gonna get pinned. The other thing, I generally want this foot outside, okay? So I don't want to do this straight away because he can sort of like pinch in and my leg's now stuck and it's hard to like move. If my leg's in between, it's pretty hard to move around towards his back, which I was saying was one of our main options, okay? So if you keep your foot on the outside, you can keep moving around towards the back, which we'll talk about in a moment, right? So just practice. Gregor often wants to grab this foot and step over it. Okay, push it down, step over and pinch it between his legs. Okay, if he can do that and hold it for 3 seconds, we're gonna do a little game where he's trying to do that and I'm gonna try to not let this happen, okay? So generally I can put my foot past the hip if I want, so it's kind of like if he pushes down, grab my ankle, push it, like it's caught by his own leg, and then when he goes in, I want to circle it back, right? I retract. When he goes to step over, I retract, I bring my foot back out. Okay, so I keep it outstretched and I try to fight it, step over. Okay, it's gonna get caught, but as he goes to step over, I retract, I can come back out, right? So come in, sort of like, he's holding the outside of my foot, it's hard to take it out here. I circle like up and out to escape my leg, okay. Turn around. So he goes to step in, we'll go slow, my foot comes like towards my face and out, not directly out where he can block, okay? And we're just gonna keep this leg free, okay? If they go to sit back for a foot lock, okay? So sit down, okay. Your foot that was a De La Riva hook should be able to just push and extract, okay? So it'll only work, go back, it's only gonna work if I don't have my De La Riva hook. He sits in now and he can pinch in on my leg pretty well, but if we go back, my De La Riva hook here, he sits down, pushing into his hips. It's basically a very good way to extract the foot, okay? So we have to be aware of it, but if you've got your De La Riva hook tight, you should be okay from the foot lock as long as you're ready to push pull, okay? The other thing is they try to run away, okay? He turns around and he kicks out by like running, okay? If you feel they're gonna do this, your other hand should hold the back of the knee. Okay, so now when he tries to run, I'm attached, okay? Mainly, you're just trying to move to their back, okay? As a general rule, like just try to get attached to the far leg. And actually you can, mostly that's gonna be trying to move to the back. The default is by moving to the back to grab the other leg, but you sometimes will move the other way if they're really running away from it, okay? So basically, when I'm in DLR, I wanna be constantly moving towards his far leg, trying to grab this far leg, okay? And if he really steps away, and he's, no, other way, okay. Sometimes I'll move to the front side to grab that far leg. In both cases, it's a pretty good upgrade once you've got both of their legs trapped, right? So that's sort of what we're looking to do, right? Now there's two ways that I'm gonna be moving around towards the back. One is I'm moving myself, right? Which is with an elbow walk, okay? So I'm gonna hold onto the knee with my right hand. I'll be up on my elbow, okay? Not down like this, but I'm now up on my elbow. And I just walk with my elbow like this, okay? You see that gets me around towards the back. So I'm constantly circling. As I'm applying that pressure, I'm constantly circling to try to get to the back. So I can move myself, and the other way is to make him move. If I basically try to off balance him this way, and I make him step, he's giving me that leg as well. And we're gonna use these in combination, okay? But just practice being up on your elbow, okay? And you kind of like open, pull your shoulder down, drag your hips with you, okay? And you can move behind until you touch that far leg, okay? Or, probably the more tricky one to get used to is moving them, okay? Again, I wanna be up, because there's a few things that will off balance him. One is when I get my angle, now if I kick with my DLR hook, see, like by kicking this way, I start to like bring his leg towards me. If I fall down as I do that, that tends to be stronger, okay? You can push off the mat to help that, or you can, I just want to read that, like that hip, I can use that far hip as well. And you pull with your hand to try to do that. So you're kind of falling, kicking, using your other leg as well. Everything's trying to make him step back. Okay. So you use these two things together. I'm trying to, if I'm front on in particular, okay, see I'm front on here, nothing moves him, right? I gotta use my elbow walk at least to get a good angle, okay? So if we're here, okay, now I've got my angle. Now actually the elbow walk starts getting a little harder, but the off balances get a bit stronger. So we use the elbow walk first usually. We're front on, up on our elbow, move. Okay, now he's too far to grab that leg, so I'm gonna try and off balance him, make him step, and I'll grab that leg. Okay, for now guys, once you get the second leg, there's lots of different ways you can do it, but try to put both feet behind them, okay? And you can attach to the hips, all right? Or you can attach from the front side. So Gregor's aim's basically gonna be just keep his other leg away. He's not really gonna try and get out of the position. He's just gonna try to not let me attach to the far leg. So obviously when I start moving this way, he's probably gonna keep stepping away. When I try to off balance, he'll keep moving in front. So if I'm moving behind, I expect him to step in front a lot. So we do have the option to go back the other way. The best thing to do here, as he goes to step forward, I want to hook and stretch. Make him step very wide. Okay. So like kind of try to capture as he steps and try to like extend it a little bit. Right. Then from there, you can reach in and attach to that far leg. If you can scoop that leg on your shoulder, that's a very good outcome. Okay. Again, try to just keep your legs in front of them. Okay. If I scoop him on the shoulder, but he lands like here, okay, so I want like my legs in front of him still, okay? But it's gonna sort of look like this. So I'm moving behind, trying to get to that leg, okay? He starts stepping, I make him step wide, okay? You can grab the leg from the front side, or, you know, maybe I go for that. He starts moving back, I move out the other side, okay? So we can go behind or in front. My general suggestion is go behind first, okay? I think if you go in front only, there's more things that can go wrong, okay? If I start by trying to go here and he's ready for it, and he starts like, you know, putting me in bad position. This can happen, okay? Whereas it's much better if I start moving behind, okay, and then I counter if he goes in front and he's a bit out of position to be ready to beat me. So generally try to move behind first. So make sure to give this channel a follow, and if you want more content from me, check out my website, Submitter.